welcome, welcome. I'm back. Welcome, everybody. Hello, it's so good to see you guys again. For those of you who are brand new and don't know what the heck I'm talking about, my name is Patty, and I'm an intuitive tarot reader that does also astrology and numerology on top of it. But my intuition and my readings come with the divine, mainly where all that information comes from. And I've been gone a little bit because I had a knee replacement surgery, and this is my first week back. So I'd hoped to have these done by yesterday, but I didn't. The pain got too much, and so I can only do so many a day. So these are actually better, though, because the energy is right on the money for the week. So let's get started, Taurus. No really new announcements other than to be back. Yes. The other thing is, though, we do have a full moon in Libra on the 28th that is coming in overnight. So 28th, 29th kind of a thing. That I don't know if I'm going to be doing a full moon reading. I'm going to try really, really hard. But trying to get all these readings in is more important for me right now for you guys. To keep you on your path, your journey, and help you through your struggles and your challenges in life. All right, so we'll see how it goes. If you haven't subscribed, you'll want to subscribe and hit the bell because if I do come on and do it, it's going to be more of an impromptu, so you'll know when I'm on live to do that full moon reading. All right, so let's get started. This is the 22nd through the 28th from today through the 28th, and happy spring equinox. Woo! We are in spring now. Oh my gosh, really? Really? I say that because I just did a reading for Cancers, and they had the exact same current energy for their card. So this is very interesting. So for those of you that are brand new, I picked 3 oracles in the beginning. Some people do past, present, future. I don't. What I do is, because this is per Divine's request, one of the cards, the first card out is his. Because he's always first, and he should be always first. However, the second card out is the current energies, the 22nd through the 28th this week. And then the third card out is the third oracle is the future energies. I would say more on the weekend and forward. I will say these future energies, though, is the energies I'm getting from all this, not only with astrology and numerology and with the divine saying no. They're saying no, Pat, this is not going to be just for this week. It's for the next couple of months. So let's see where this is going to go. So the first oracle out is the SWAN. And it is the number 3. So we do need to acknowledge this because it has to do with our transformation. As we know, the ugly duckling story turns into a beautiful swan, blah, blah, blah. But it's also trusting it says on the card, psychic gifts. I call them spiritual gifts. I don't like to call psychic gifts because it may not be a prediction that you're doing. It may not be something of that nature. It's supernatural because we cannot see it. We cannot understand it. However, if we become to think that we're, some people are different, but if we become to think that we can tell the future, then the divine can switch it up in a heartbeat and say, you know what, you're playing God, and I will show you that you're not God. So I don't like to use the word psychic at all. I use supernatural gifts, spiritual gifts, that kind of a thing. But this is number 3. So the divine is saying you really need to acknowledge that this transformation that you're going through is a spiritual transformation. And these gifts, like for me, I have audio, I feel energies, I am partly clairvoyant, those kind of things that I have to sit there and understand that these gifts are given to me for a reason, not to end with me, but to be a conduit and move through me. So this is the transformation. That was a huge transformation for a long time for me. That is where I thought it was a curse because everything around me in 91, 92 had to do with death and people's illnesses, and I couldn't figure it out. But the divine didn't stop until I realized it wasn't a curse. It was a blessing to not only not end with me, but to help people through their process of either dying, to help them or their loved one through that process. I never ever said anything to anybody that I knew and had this information. I don't, because it's not for me to share that. That's not what I'm there for. But that was a transformation for me. So somebody is having a transformation of something in their life that is a spiritual or supernatural thing that they're not understanding quite well, and this is a good thing. This is going, and you will see that you will turn into that swan, and that you will actually grow and help others through it. I don't know who that's for. However, the current energy this week is the Lady of the Lake. Again, just like Cancer just had this. You saw me shuffle, but this popped up. The current energies of the week. So, and that is about absolute truth. And these two cannot not go hand in hand. Because when you are talking about the supernatural, are you talking about abilities and gifts? It's also self-respect to say, oh, if I were to say, oh, my hearing, that's crazy. I'm not going to listen to that. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm, I've even was tested through a what do you call that? A psychology or whatever test to see if I was schizophrenic. And they were like, oh my gosh, you're normal. We can't help you. You got to go to see somebody who deals with paranormal. Literally. That after 35 years, she's like, I don't know what to say. I've never had a person like you before. So unfortunately, I had to go talk to somebody who was paranormal, which they didn't help at all. I got more from the divine than anything. However, this is self-respect and responsibility to yourself to say, I am not crazy. I am not going crazy. That this is a gift. That is something that I have to embrace, not push away for whatever reason, as long as it is for love and light, as long as it is to help others and not end with you. This is where you need to be focusing in on. So this is truth, absolute truth. Now, if you want to say, that's just coincidence, that's just luck, that's not absolute truth, because there's nothing coincidental about life. Things happen for a reason. People come into your life for a reason. It is a destiny. So destiny is about the process that you're going through. And the end result is the calling or your passion or whatever you're supposed to be doing with that destiny. So that is the key. And again, I didn't even know what this was. I wasn't even paying attention because I'm in the focus of the now. But the raven is the future energy. What does that say right there? Synchronistic events. What did I just talk about? Destiny. I had no clue that was going to come up. See, and the thing is, they talk about magic and coincidence. I don't believe in magic. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe in miracles that happen because we can actually, we have a power within ourselves that we can actually grow and manifest things, because that's the divine gives us that power. And the divine, we are that power. So, but the synchronistic events, we either allow them to happen, or we allow them to happen, or we push them away because of our intuition. That is where all this growth is. This is where the swan grows, to know what to push away, what not to push away, what to allow to transform, and what not to allow to transform, as the path goes, as your journey goes. You have to look at your life as a journey. And so you have to look at it in segments and which way it goes. And it's going to twist and turn, and it's going to gradually go straight. But it all just depends on you, on what you're actually going to allow in and what you're not. That's where we get integrity, standards, morals, and absolute truth, walking in absolute truth. Now, a lot of people don't even know what absolute truth is. I thought truth was truth. No, there's earthly truth and there's spiritual truth. And spiritual truth is absolute truth, because that is where it's like our intuition. People say, well, I don't believe in intuition. Well, why do you do the things that you do? Oh, I just sort of had a feeling. I felt like I needed to do it, or, some sort of told me to do it, that kind of stuff. Well, that's your spirit. That's your supernatural side of you trying to tell you, hey, pay attention. I'm either trying to do this to bring you something to really good, or I'm trying to protect you from something that's not good. All right. So first card out is the Page of Swords, a message of truth again coming. Something is coming towards you. But somebody's also looking in the past. So remember that swan cannot grow from that ugly duckling to a swan, although ducklings cannot turn into swans, but you know what I mean. The ugly baby cannot turn into a beautiful swan if they stay living in the past. You can't transform by living in the past. You cannot transform, you cannot grow if you are continually living in the past. That is what this full moon energy is coming up, guys, is that you gotta let go of the things that aren't working in the past. So somebody is, see how he's sort of leaning and looking back? It's like, I really want to go forward. I know this is what I should be doing, but I don't want to let go. That's it. Because then, you know what? Somebody thinks that if you let go of the past, you have to forget the past. Then you feel like you're leaving things out. No, not at all. Sometimes we want to remember the past so that we don't live it again. Or we want to remember that old boyfriend or girlfriend because we don't want a boyfriend or girlfriend like them again. All right. So this is something that you really have to pay attention to this week because, like the Cancers, you guys really need to learn about self-respect and responsibility. This is a spiritual journey. Hey, AJ, welcome, welcome. Yeah, you can ask if it's something that's pertaining to what we're talking to. I'll answer it right away. If not, then I'll answer it at the end. But yes, you can ask as long as it's a nice thing. But this is where the Hierophant is. The Hierophant is the card of the year, right? So we've got a very big spiritual journey, spiritual walks, lots of spiritual questions, lots of questions about the supernatural, lots of questions about our life, or where it's going. And this is a year where a lot of people are going to question their existence. Sorry, I gotta move my knee. So this is where they're going to question their existence. Okay. And a lot of that is going to go, do you want to repeat the pattern? Do you want to repeat the cycle over and over again? Or he's looking at spiritually as a leader, as a guide, as somebody who's going to help him get through his journey. Now, the number 5, Hierophant is the number 5, and it is an unstable number because it is new. And it's unstable because you have to have faith. It's not something that you can see and touch and be tangible. Yes, it's here. I believe this is a computer. Yes, it's here. No, I believe there is a higher power. So I have to have faith. So it is very unstable for a lot of people. 21 is 3. And the world is 21, but 3 also too in numerology. So you really have to acknowledge, and you have to acknowledge your higher power, whatever that is to you. And I say my higher power is God. You can call whatever you want, but my higher power is God. God has never let me down. God has always had me. All right, let me answer that at the end. All right, AJ, maybe he'll give you an answer here. Too, through this reading. So really, this is a focus in on your transformation from who you are now, but even going to a higher, because then now you're having to look at you're going to have to look at your real truth. You're going to have to look deep inside. All right. Woo! Oh, I got to be careful because I can't bend over too good these days. Oh, wow. We have the number 5 of Yin. So this came up first. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. And then we also have the number 5 in the Swords. Now, a 5 in the Swords, there's a little bit... Let me see if I can show these. Take a look at these 4 here together. Everything is shooting towards the Hierophant. Everything is shooting towards that which is in question. So if you look at this, the 5 of Swords, the Wheel, the World is all facing the Hierophant. And why is that? Because anything that we do, it needs to be coming from the Hierophant at first. are spiritual gifts. And this is just spiritual card. This is the divine's card. He's saying, pay attention to me because I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to get you to your rewards, things that you want. I'm ready to give them to you. Are you ready to ask me for them? Because you have to. But there's just an instability there that somebody's arrogant, somebody's too prideful. You know, it's like, but deep inside, this person really, really, really wants to know. Really wants to know. But on the outside, there's fear. Because if they show that they might believe in something of the supernatural or the unknown or the second dimensional, which is the divine world, second dimensional, then they're actually they're afraid they're going to be laughed at. They're so worried about what other people think. That's sad. I used to be that way. I used to be that way 100%. Cared what other people think. Now I don't give a rat's butt what other people think because I know the absolute truth. I do know the absolute truth. And it definitely isn't down here on earth. It's amazing when you become awoken and all the different things that divine shares with you. Yeah, because here's the thing, your future, this is your future card. The 7 of Pentacles is that you're going to see the synchronistic events that are happening in your life, the destiny, the things that are happening to get you to your purpose, but you're going to see the hard work. You're going to see the doors open. You're not going to be able to deny it. You're not going to be able to deny it because this is about your potential and ambition. Number 7 is about your potential and ambition of what you have inside of you to grow, to transform. And nobody else has that but you. Whatever you are and who God created you to be, that's you. Nobody else has that. Ooh. We have justice, balance. There needs to be balance. All right, let's see what else there is here. Yeah. It's hidden. Of course it's hidden. It's second dimensional. Hello. So we have the moon. So the moon is about things that are unseen, things that you cannot see. It doesn't mean that it's a hidden thing, it's a bad thing. It could be a hidden thing that it's a good thing. However, you've got to have your mind's chakra, your eye chakra, your crown chakra, your heart chakra. You've got to have all those open in order to see it. If you have your earth mind open, you're not going to see it. You're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. All right. Because this is about your synchronistic events. This is about your destiny. So another thing is to think about synchronistic events as your destiny. A lot of people think destiny and purpose is the same thing. It's not. Destiny and calling is not the same thing. So your destiny are the events that happen along your journey to bring you to your purpose or your calling. Same as synchronistic events. Events that happen to bring you to your journey. Share that with somebody who thinks that their purpose and destiny is the same. Because a lot of people, unfortunately, think they're the same. The other thing is that a lot of people think that we're in the year of Aquarius because we're in Aquarius. We're not. We're about 100 years off. But a lot of people, we're in the year of the Aquarius. Well, we are in the Aquarius, but we're not the year of the Aquarius. But we got about another 100 years to go. So here's where we are going to go. All right. So let's get some clarification on this. Yeah. Remember I said in the very beginning that somebody is really fighting letting go of the past. They want to keep looking back. It's just sort of like, I want to keep going back there. That doesn't work. The death card, it's got to stop. It's just got to end for this new transformation to grow. It's got to end. This is the death card. So it has to end. So you've got to make a choice. And that's going to be a hard choice for you guys because we have the King of Swords, all about truth, absolute truth. Absolute truth. Then we have the Four of Pentacles. Again, you want to hold on to that past. Again, let go of the past. This is just repeating itself. It's divine is saying, I don't know how to make it any more clearer. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is all about luxury. This is an awesome card to end with, because the Nine of Pentacles is about you have worked so hard that you now get to see and have the rewards and the luxuries. It's like at the end of the summer when you have all the garden and all the fruits and vegetables and everything that are now ready to consume. You have worked that garden. You have taken care of that garden. You've grown those seeds up. You have, nurtured everything about it. You've kept the weeds out. You've kept all the toxic bugs out that are going to eat them all, that kind of a thing. This is your life. You got to keep all the toxic people out. You've got to give yourself good food and nutrition, whether it be to your mind, your soul, your body. You've got to listen to inspirational people. You've got to feed your brain positive things and get rid of the old things. This is the planets. This is a full moon in Libra. We're coming into April. This is even what the planets are saying. They've said it all March. Take care of your body, mind, and soul. It's been all March that they've talked about that. And then too, now we're moving into the future where we want to be able to continue that, because now that the seeds are planted and the plants are starting to grow, now is really the time to pay attention, focus on that transformation of these little teeny tiny plants to grow and then have full fruit. And then at the end of that, you get all the rewards from it. So when you start to transform, yes, it's hard work. Yes, it's going to be not easy, but you got to keep your mind on divine so that you don't repeat the patterns. Notice he's got wands in his hand. That keeps him connected to the divine. You know why? Because the wand or the staff is extremely important, because that's the messenger between the two. Our intuition is the messenger between the two. So if we lose our intuition, then we sort of lose our connection to the divine. And that is huge. We don't want to lose that. That's why it's talking about trusting in your intuition, trusting in what is ever happening with you to transform to a higher energy. All right. So where are we at? We got 22 minutes. Let me see what the full moon is going to say here for the weekend. While I'm doing that, AJ, when will I get a job? Currently not working. I think what you're doing, and what I'm hearing him say, is you're focusing so much on the job that you're missing the beauty of what you're going through right now. So I think he's trying to share with you, pay attention to what's happening now, even though you're without a job. Give thanks, because he's giving you time to think. He's giving time for you to work on yourself. He's giving you time and the essence. And you won't get a job until you take that time to do that. So don't slow down the process of getting a job. Sort of look at where you're at right now and what you're doing with that time, rather than focusing in, I need a job, I need a job, I need a job. What you need to focus in on is saying, thank you for not allowing me to have a job right now, but I need food, I need money for the rent, I need whatever. And he will bring those resources to you, because he's wanting to see if you have faith in him, or if you're trying to find a job and have it be you saying, I found the job, it was all me, because that's where he's waiting for you to do that. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's what he's telling me. He's like, he's not depending on me for the job. He's trying to do it himself and manipulate it, when I need him to focus in on himself for the moment and focus in on the moment. But the other thing too is that allow me to find the job for you, because he knows what you want. He knows what you're looking for. Do you want a job, or do you want a career? You want to be doing your passion, what you love. And maybe that's another thing he's trying to have you look at. What is it that you love and have a passion to do? Because if you're not doing that, then you're not following your destiny and your calling. I don't know if that's going to make sense or help at all, but that's what he's just shared with me, downloaded with me. All right. So don't hinder your process. Focus in on your passions, your desires, and ask Divine. You got to ask Divine, you know, and thank Divine for everything that you're going through. A lot of you don't know I lost my job in May, and I was not fearful at all, because I said, okay, you've got something stirring up there. What's going on? Because I have a house and I have a daughter and all this kind of stuff, and I'll tell you what, I thanked him, and I didn't focus in on looking for a job. I got to find a job. I got to find a job. I was like, what do you want me to do now? Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? I asked him, what is it that you want me to do? I've never been without. I've had even more than ever in my lifetime. I have more focus. I am following my calling. So these kind of things are really, really important when you're without work, to be paying attention to and asking, because the divine is put you there for a certain reason, to really focus in on yourself. And let me tell you, I have been overabundantly blessed, more so, and every day. I mean, between my readings, I sold a saddle. I've, got in more work. I'm just exploding. It's crazy. But you got to trust in the divine. Again, the absolute truth, and trusting in the divine. And hopefully, if this one thing comes through that I'm praying for and talking to the divine with, if this comes through, I'm going to do a whole video on it, because this will actually show you that if you have the power within you and you have the faith in the divine, you will have anything and everything that you want. All right. So this is the moon and the energies for the weekend coming. We have the Ride the Wave. I just said ride the wave. You got to ask. And magic prayer, you got to ask. You got to ask. And what is your intention? Do you have a true intention? Where are you going? What are you going to be doing? Okay. What are you going to be doing? All right. So you need to ask. All right. So that's where you need to go with that. All right, guys, really focus in on this week on what your truth is, what you need courage in, and how you are going to keep moving forward for your future. And if you have any gifts, supernatural gifts, which we all have, intuition, really focus in on that. All right. All right, guys, you have a good week, and we will see you on the 29th. Oh, and the full moon reading, please, if you are not subscribed, I don't know if I'm going to be doing one, but I'm going to try to. But the only way you'll know is if you subscribe and hit the bell, and that will notify you when I'm on live or when I post it to come live. All right. Take care, guys. Love you. Glad to be back.